I don't get these things.
The best pancakes I've ever had are Japanese souffle pancakes. They're soft and airy rather than dry and grainy. They're light and flavorful rather than dense and bland. And the best thing about them is they're not that hard to make. Here's how you can make some at home. First, crack 4 eggs and separate the yolks from the whites. I do this by passing the yolk back and forth between the shells. The white will fall off, leaving the yolk behind. If you got a turkey baster, there's a cool method that allows you to suck the yolk straight out of the white. Eggs are the key to both the flavor and texture of this dish. Once separated, pop the whites in the freezer for 10 minutes or so. This is going to help them fluff up when we start whipping. To the yolks, add 4 grams of vanilla extract and 40 grams of whatever milk product you prefer. Use a whisk to thoroughly mix this. You want those yolks good and frothy. Next, sift 5 grams of baking powder and 60 grams of pastry or all-purpose flour into the mixture. Sifting is key. If your flour has lumps, you may be tempted to overmix in later stages. And make sure to check the date on your baking powder. If it's expired, you should take a trip to the store. Or you can cheat by adding a bit extra. Mix this just enough to combine. There, that looks good enough. If you've got a stand mixer or a handheld mixer, now's the time to take it out and forget any regrets you may have had about buying it. Mix your chilled egg whites on the highest setting. Once the bowl is frothy white and foamy and no longer resembles anything like egg whites, it's time to add some sugar. 50 grams added about 1/3 of the time to give it time to incorporate. You're done mixing once you've got stiff peaks. If you make a tiny mountain out of the egg whites, it should stand up on its own. Next, take about 1/4 of the whites and mix them thoroughly into the yolk mixture. Mixing thoroughly now will allow you to mix less when you add the rest of the whites. I'm going to show you that entire process because it is important. Mix gently and just enough to bring the two components together. Some streaks are okay. It's these fluffy egg whites that give you those tall soufflés, so mix carefully. And now, it's time to cook. Heat a nonstick pan over low heat. If, like me, you have roommates and therefore all your nonstick pans are ruined, stainless steel should do fine. Add a bit of cooking spray and dollop in large mounds of batter. You want to build these as tall as you can. Sprinkle a bit of water into the pan and quickly cover. The steam will help the soufflés rise and set. After a couple minutes, add another layer of batter on top of each pancake to make them even taller. Add more water and cover quickly. Once the entire pancake is set, it's time to flip. Add a touch more water and cover it again. When both sides are browned and the entire exterior is firm, they're done. You can use a toothpick to check the interior if you're nervous. All told, it takes me 7 or 8 minutes to cook a pancake. Top these however you want. I like a bit of butter, raspberries, powdered sugar, and obviously, New York maple syrup. If you've never had these before and you're looking to upgrade your weekend, give them a shot, and you may never look at pancakes the same way again. Now how about a bit more slow motion maple syrup?